A simple street sign has created a complicated issue.
That's just negative sounding. It's just, no, I would not want to live on a street named Mule Alley.
But Mule Alley in Oak Park has sparked quite the debate in the neighborhood.
Many feel it's a reminder of a negative time in the nation's history. CBS 13's Ryan Hill is live for us at Sacramento City Hall to explain why some, Ryan, are trying to change the name.
Yeah, that's right. The issue that some people are having with Mule Alley is the fact that it is in reference to 40 acres and a mule. That is a Civil War phrase that means that freed African-American slaves were supposed to be promised 40 acres of land and a mule after being freed after the Civil War. But that was a promise that was never fulfilled. Now, those in the Oak Park community are trying to get the name changed to Sacramento's first African-American attorney.
When you hear the name Mule Alley, what goes through your mind?
Not good. I don't like the name Mule Alley.
These homes on Mule Alley were built as a part of the city of Sacramento's Alley Activation Program. It's an effort to bring more urban infill housing. But now, some want the street to be changed.
Yes, considering the history of this area and the culture.
Others feel they need to dive deeper into the street's meaning.
I wouldn't want to live on Mule Alley just because of the name. You know, the connotation I'd have to give some thought to.
I don't know that I would be offended about it because I wouldn't think that deep into the connotations.
They're new homes, so they needed new addresses. The developers of the homes picked the name in reference to 40 acres and a mule.
No, I didn't have any knowledge of that.
40 acres and a mule refers to the promise of giving every freed slave 40 acres of land and a mule as labor compensation after the Civil War. A promise never fulfilled.
There were lots of other significant names.
Dorothy Benjamin hosted events honoring Nathaniel Cawley, Sacramento's first African-American attorney. The developer of the homes and Oak Park community members are trying to rename the street after him.
We honored him at our reception for all of the many, many accomplishments that he made in the area of civil rights.
I'm an attorney. He was an inspiration of mine, so I would be very impressed if they changed the name to that.
Some think it would be a good way to celebrate Sacramento's historic African-American community.
They want to change the name to make sure everybody is included and feels good about it. I think that's a good thing to do.
Some people I spoke with today say that they didn't have a problem with the name of the alley. The city will give the final sign-off on when and how this alley will be changed. I'm told by the planning department it doesn't know how long that could take and how much it would cost to have a new street sign be made up.